Hello, everybody. Right now, I know it's been quite a while since I got anything put up, but right now I figured that with the current events and everything going on, I should kind of post something, even though if it's kind of impromptu. But right now, just with what we've been seeing going on in the Capitol as of late, what we've been seeing going on throughout the country, especially along political lines, I think that just kind of reaching out there and kind of talking about the Patriot Groups, militias, preppers, and how things are going to kind of look maybe going towards the future into 2021, and kind of give some points out onto here on how we can proceed from there to kind of cover some of our backs and stuff as we start moving on to this unprecedented times. Because as we saw back in the Obama administration, even though I don't like to get political on the channel, I figured that it would be something good to kind of just let up a little bit is that you saw Patriot Groups and Republicans getting kind of hammered, especially when it came to provocateurs and stuff like that joining the groups. So that's something that a lot of militias, Patriot Groups, and even prepper groups that are more open should be kind of aware of. So one thing that I kind of just want to touch upon, just to, kind of impromptu, was just kind of touching onto that leadership, staying within the legal limits, even though as militias we kind of want to stand a little bit above um, the legal line, but we want to try to keep ourselves onto that extra bit of legal precedent, if you will, even though because of what we have to deal with and the legal limits, we have to deal with the extra scrutiny. We have to be sure to kind of stay well above that gray area and that gray spectrum. So when it comes to leadership, you always hear people saying that, oh, we are the leaders of tomorrow. We need to be the leaders of tomorrow. We need to outreach into our communities. But one of the things that a lot of people don't say is how do we go about doing that? How do we go about organizing FTXs or field training exercises? How to go about recruiting public outreach, things like that. A lot of people like to say these things, but they don't actually get out there and say like how to go about doing it. So over the next couple of months, next couple of weeks, I'm going to be putting out a series of videos kind of going over the basics of organizing a field training event. And this can even be over and exchanged into your prepper communities and your prepper training as well, because a lot of that stuff is applicable right over into the prepper community, which is why I feel that preppers, militias, and patriot groups are kind of along in the same realm. So right now, that's one of the things that I feel that we should just be working on doing is trying to better ourselves and try to prepare as much as we can for the future, especially when it comes to how things are looking politically. So right now, I know that a lot of you are worried about how things are looking with gun control, how things are looking with immigration, how things are looking with certain types of taxations and stuff like that financially. So trying to do everything we can to prepare ahead of that time is something that we've definitely got to do. And right now, one of the biggest things that I would say that we have to look forward to is finding those leaders and having those leaders do their best to create more leaders. That's what our group is involved in. A lot of the stuff that we do is focused on leadership training, leadership development, and things along those basic lines to where not to where each individual person is their own individual leader and can create their own group. So right now, one of the things I kind of want to talk about with staying within those legal limits is context. Like if you're having a training event, you're kind of doing that outreach for community outreach, you're doing that recruiting, is you want to try to not come across as a extremist group, you want to come across as a community group. Something that's going to be there to build the community, stay within the community, and trying to better the community as well. And that could be just helping out with your neighborhood, helping out with things in your local community, like your county, your township, and even volunteering, if you will. So, and that what that does is it also gives you a chance to reach out with people in your area, build up your prepper community, build up your militia, if you will, or your patriot group, and then keep building up those foundation building blocks and bringing in more assets, more leadership capability, and allowing yourself to grow as a group. Because all it takes is one bad apple, and then you have a whole bunch of people scared to join a group. It's like we saw what happened in Michigan earlier in 2020, where you had those militia members that were trying to supposedly attack the governor and some apparently police stations and stuff like that, where that can kind of scare people off from the idea of militias. But the idea of a militia and the idea of the Second Amendment was that that's people of your community. That's your cashier. That's the person working next to you on the line. That's your EMT. So those are the type of people that I've actually dealt with in the militia community. That's why I feel that those people should get kind of a little bit of setback, not being seen as these crazy raging hillbilly drunks, but they're actually just your average everyday person that's living in your community, working in your community, and living amongst you. So that's where that community outreach can really go into it. So I just wanted to kind of see how things were going, kind of get some ideas from how you guys are doing, what you guys are seeing out there and everything, kind of just seeing what's going on. Right now I've been doing busy trying to get myself prepared ever since 2019, and right now I'm just like you guys. I'm just trying to figure out how things are looking, kind of giving my ideas on how things are looking for me, kind of giving some outtakes and just kind of seeing how things are going. So right now, one of the things is I just want to kind of put my money where my mouth is and kind of just get on here, get back out to getting things uploaded and kind of helping as much as I can with the YouTube community until they remove the channel, remove the content and everything else. So right now I'm going to keep trying to get as much as I can for content out for you guys, get some more videos out, and kind of really get more into the education, the leadership building for you guys. That way, even if you don't have a militia, even if you don't have a group, you can start getting those core foundation building blocks into place, especially when it comes to just the bare basics for starting a militia, starting a training group, starting bringing in maybe a couple of co-workers here and there that you trust, maybe some family members that you trust, and then once you start to get that core group, you can start expanding out, having them bring other people into it that they trust, and then eventually you have a very solid group that can come and aid in an SHTF scenario like we've seen over the past summer and what we probably will see in the coming future, especially with the political climate. So right now, I hope you all stay safe. I hope everybody out there is doing well. And right now, I just kind of wanted to give you guys a quick update, kind of talk to you guys about how I think we should be going about this. I know that a lot of people are upset right now and about the outcome of the election. I know that a lot of people are looking forward to trying to do something. I've seen a lot of people speaking of a lot of craziness, especially with the idea of, like, for example, I've heard some people say they want to do something by themselves by going to do stuff, and that's just not realistic for what their individual capability is. That's why I feel like people should just take a little step back, calm down, and look at things rationally, and try to build up upon what they can actually physically do and what they're actually capable of doing as an individual and as a group. So I really hope you guys can respond, kind of give me an idea on what you guys are looking at for the future on what you expect right now. I think things are going to get much worse than we've seen in 2019, especially with the straight divide that we've seen in the country right now. I try to toe the more centrist view on certain things here and there, but for the most part, a lot of the stuff has become so fringe left or right to where you have literally people on the left burning down buildings one month, getting praised by the media, and then you have people attacking the Capitol, getting attacked by the media. So right now the thing is that both are in the wrong. I mean, you might think that you might support certain view specs, you might support the things, but in the overall whelming of things, we should be trying to look at ways to do about this as best we can by minimizing the amount of damage to what happened. And what happened there was very little planning to that. There was nothing that would have gone about that to where it would have ended anyway in the positive. So you even saw a lot of this come back on the president. You've seen this come back on the Patriots themselves, and now you're having it to where I've seen a lot of Patriots in the militia community, in the prepper community, kind of say that, oh, I'm just gonna go full gray man. I'm not gonna stay on social media. I'm not gonna stay on YouTube and stuff like that. I'm just gonna stay off. But the thing is that we have what we can to try to keep our voice going out there, and we have to speak out while we can in the public forum that we have, even if it's just individually what we have in our towns, talking person to person, like I do with a lot of people, or if it's just in the overall realm of spectrum things of trying to use the platform that they have, even though we're getting restricted at the exact same time. So right now we just kind of have to work within the lines that we have and try not to get ourselves put out of the mission. Like a great another YouTuber, Black Scout Survival, he kind of put out a little word about this too, and everything, which kind of gave me the idea of wanting to come out here, make a little bit of a video, kind of see how things were going with those that have watched my channel, and just kind of do what I can to help the community out there with what my capability and what my training aspect is, which is more in the militia aspect of things. So I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you guys are going to stay very well over the next few years as things progress. And I hope that the content that I start putting out um, over the next couple of days, over the next couple of weeks, over the next couple of months really does help with you guys, helping get your guys' groups more in order. Or if anything, just give you guys a little bit of an idea here or there, especially in the realms of training aspects on how we have right now with limited ammo, increased cost in ammo. There's possibilities of using blanks, using airsoft, using UTM ammunition and stuff like that to still keep your guys up to date on firearm training and everything else. So right now, I just hope that things keep going well. Um, hey, Six Pack, always good to see you again. But yeah, so I do appreciate everything that you guys have done for me. I do know that a lot of you guys have commented asking where I was over the past couple years. I've just been busy trying to get myself established with more preps, kind of getting my family situated with everything that's been going on, trying to make sure that we're financially stable over the next couple of years, especially working to increase myself and my job capability. So I do hope that you all are staying safe. So I'm looking forward to putting out some more videos and seeing what you guys have to say. So thank you. I appreciate it.